Integration, creating systems where the elements support each other. All the elements in a system are interdependent and they support each other. Next is waste reduction. We minimize the waste, we produce no waste at all. So you can try reducing the plastic covers which are put in the dustbin, because plastic is not recyclable. We have to use it in making roads, or we have to come up with different ideas as to how to use plastic. And guys, plastic problem is a global issue now. It's a very huge problem. So the youth and all of us can get together to share all this information, and you can also make the compost like I told you, and not waste. You're not wasting anything. You're using everything. Nothing goes to the dustbin. If you have waste paper or something, you can make compost out of the paper also. And your soil is much more healthier. You're not buying extra bags of chemical fertilizers for your soil. So next is energy efficiency. Catching energy, storing renewable energy, and utilizing renewable energy sources. Renewable energy means energy that comes from natural resources like sun, water, and wind power. We have a lot of energy that is being derived from solar and other things like solar. So permaculture is a way to manage land, grow food, and build strong communities. Permaculture techniques improve soil fertility. Guys, soil fertility is very important, because if you put pesticides and if you put chemical fertilizers in the soil, we will be eating a lot of those foods containing toxic chemicals. So what I suggest is you can make biocompost, and we also have to create awareness amongst the farmers to use biofertilizers to kill the pests. Permaculture includes observing nature, using renewable sources of energy, and reducing waste. Permaculture is about creating sustainable systems that take care of the land, support wildlife, and bring people together. Now we'll talk about sustainable living. That was about permaculture. Now we'll know what is this sustainable living. Everyone's talking about sustainability. It's the cool thing now. Sustainable living is a lifestyle that minimizes the carbon footprint by reducing waste. We use the waste, we reuse the waste. By reducing pollution and ensuring that natural resources are available for the future generations. This is also a key aspect in sustainable living. In sustainable living, we minimize the use of non-renewable resources like fossil fuels and use sustainable transportation sometimes. Next is waste reduction. Like I told you, you can use the waste products also really well, so that there is less plastic going into those dustbins, which will just become a landfill, a huge tons of landfill in empty sites. That is where all the garbage is dumped. Food consumption. Choosing products that are made natural or naturally used without the use of harmful chemicals, preservatives, and toxic coloring agents. Do you know most of your cakes, your desserts have a lot of food coloring agents which are toxic, especially your colorful cakes and desserts all have toxic coloring agents. And India has banned, the FSSAI has banned all these toxic coloring agents, and a lot of other countries have also banned these toxic colors. Okay, so sustainable living approach involves conserving energy and conserving water. You're not avoiding to waste water. You're saving water and energy. Using various methods and techniques, sustainable living promotes a healthier planet and a mindful way of life. Next is the key aspects of sustainable living. Resource conservation. That is resource conservation. minimizing the use of non-renewable resources like fossil fuels and using transportation sometimes. Energy efficiency. We conserve energy, we do not waste, we do not keep fans running in the same room. You're just wasting energy there. So using such small ideas, you can lead a sustainable life. Now I'm going to talk to you about a very important thing, saying food consumption. What do you eat? Do you know what chemicals are there in your food? And these days, there are a lot of harmful chemicals, preservatives, and toxic coloring agents. The food you intake must have more nutrients and should be natural. So avoid non-processed foods and food made with toxic chemicals. How do we live a sustainable lifestyle? We can live a sustainable lifestyle by cutting down plastic waste and reusing them, using cloth bags while shopping, avoiding plastic bottles, bags and other plastic items which are not recyclable. Soon we can solve the plastic problem in India if you just use less plastic. Next, artificial food colors used in desserts, cakes, soft drinks, and various other food. Food colors come in two different types. One is chemical-based food color. Most of the coloring agents are banned by the country governments. And some are natural food colors. Natural food colors extracted from a fruit like beetroot or a carrot. You have different food dyes which are available. So the FSSAI, the Food Standard and Safety Authority of India, prohibits the use of synthetic colors in most foods, allowing only natural and permitted dyes. Countries such as Sweden, Switzerland, Norway, Germany, Austria have banned these toxic, dangerous and synthetic food coloring agents. It also poses a risk of cancer. The food coloring agents, they can cause a lot of disruption in the immune system, and it can be contaminated with carcinogens or cancer-causing cells. Please avoid eating candy, colorful cakes, sports drinks, soft drinks whenever you can. Please avoid them because these are the most toxic food. Unhealthy processed food should be avoided. Please create awareness about these dangerous, toxic, artificial food colors agents amongst your friends and your family members and your loved ones. They should also know what they are eating. Okay, next there is a new invent. Instead of a bus running on diesel or fuel, there's a bus running on hydrogen power, on just the chemical hydrogen. So I'll tell you about hydrogen powered buses. These buses use a fuel cell to generate electricity from hydrogen, powering the electric motor, emitting only water vapor, and thus producing zero carbon emission. India, Europe, and North America and China are using these technologies, and they have a lot of hydrogen-run buses that are going in public. How would you like to go on a hydrogen-run bus? It does not release any carbon dioxide. It emits only water vapor. So this is the new cool thing about technology, about sustainable technology. So instead of adding waste, when we make food, there are a lot of fruit peels, vegetable peels, and food waste which we throw into the dustbin. What I'm saying is, please collect all this in a small basket or a small bucket. You can put all the vegetables and vegetable peels, vegetable waste in that bucket. Dry it out for 2 weeks in the sun. It has to be nicely dried and roasted. It'll be like powder. Once it's become like powder, then you can add them into the soil. This will be a biocompost. You have made a biocompost. And there's a country called Sweden, which is importing waste or garbage from other countries. They do not produce any waste at all. Let me talk to you about chemical fertilizers, which harm the environment by polluting soil and water with nitrates and other heavy chemicals and toxic chemicals. This leads to soil degradation and reduced microbial activity. So nitrogen fertilizers, they cause air pollution and they contribute to climate change. This is why we have to use biofertilizers and come up with only biofertilizers. Chemical fertilizers kill the vital bacteria and other microorganisms in the soil, thus reducing the fertility of the soil and making the soil unhealthy. Food grown with chemical fertilizers have less nutrients than the food grown using natural fertilizers. We should only opt for food which is grown using natural fertilizers. Heavy toxic metals like cadmium, ammonium nitrate, ammonium phosphate are found in chemical fertilizers. Then they enter the food and they enter our system, our bodies. They are toxic and they cause serious health issues. Therefore, it is best to use natural biofertilizers instead of chemical fertilizers in the soil. This keeps the soil more healthy and nutrient rich. There are also pesticides found in food. I had a little dry grapes called drakshi, and I had to wash the grapes at least 3 or 4 times. There was so much of pesticides in those grapes. So I was thinking it has to be used. I have to add salt. Salt kills all the bacteria in the water. So I have to wash it with salt. Or you have to start washing your apple, rich gourd, banana, potato with a hand wash. That is much better. That is what I do. It'll remove all the pesticides, chemical pesticides from the food. And just because chemical pesticides are cheap, they have been banned in many countries. India has also banned the use of chemical fertilizers. The best thing to do is make biofertilizers, which is made from dried banana peels, fruit and vegetable peels, dried flowers, eggshells, use tea and coffee powder. Instead of throwing all this in the dustbin, spread them on a newspaper and keep it out in the sun. And you have compost, you're reducing waste. When you're reducing waste, you're living a sustainable life. So there are a lot of problems that occur from plastic. Soil contamination. Plastic waste can contaminate soil, making it unsuitable for agriculture, resulting in a loss of fertile land. Next is air pollution. Burning plastic waste releases toxic chemicals into the atmosphere, which have adverse effects on human health and respiratory systems. And they also harm the wildlife and animals as well. Next is water pollution. Plastic waste which is dumped into rivers and oceans pose a threat to marine life. All the plastic that has been they are usually dumped into landfills, into huge masses, hills of garbage. So we have to avoid this. As being a part of the youth, we have to come up with solving the plastic problem in India, guys. Think about it. Whenever you are free, just write down in your diaries how you can solve the plastic problem in India. Sikkim is the first and leading state in India to ban plastic with single-use plastics from 1988. They have achieved progress towards a plastic-free environment. How cool is that? They have banned plastic completely. So we should such plastic use because they're not recyclable. They take years and years to degrade. Next, the last thing I want to talk to you is about plastic being used in road construction in India. Plastic waste is mixed with bitumen, that is like a tar, it's a petroleum product, to create more strongable, strengthy and stable, flexible, cost-effective roads, which reduce carbon emissions, reducing plastic pollution, landfill burden, and thus reducing carbon emissions. So road constructed with plastic show improved strength, stability, resistance to water, and have a longer lifespan. We use the normal asphalt roads which are made by the government, and asphalt roads are tend to wear and tear off very soon. Cement roads are the best. Cement roads are more stronger and they don't break so easily. The Indian government has issued guidelines to make it a compulsory use of plastic waste in rural road construction under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Major products such as the Delhi-Meerut Expressway and numerous roads in Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Bangalore have used plastic waste in road construction. And Chennai is the first to do this, construct roads used with plastic in 2004. How did you like the session, guys? Did you get information about permaculture, about reducing waste and using plastic more effectively? Yes, no? Yes, okay, that's really nice. That is very nice that you know more about it. Uh, the next time you come, you can come up with ideas on how to save the environment, planet, and you can come up with a lot of ideas like this. All right? Thank you. Thank you so much for listening.
That was indeed an informative session, ma'am. Thank you. So we would like to thank Reshma Chandramohan, ma'am, for for her time and for her talk on permaculture and sustainable living. So she had given us an overview and insights of how to like control pollution or how to do vermicomposting and all. So from HNNCE and from NSS team, we would like to thank you, ma'am, for the session. Thank you for your time. Praveen sir, so I would like to request Chinni Krishna sir to give a token of gratitude to her. Thank you. Dear students, thank you for your valuable time. So thank you for your presence. Refreshments are arranged. We would request you to stay back for 5 to 10 minutes and have the refreshments and then leave. Sorry for troubling you. Some of you are brought here from the lab, from the class, I know. Thank you for your time. Please clap for yourselves. Thank you.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅವರೇ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್, ಪರ್ಚೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಇದೇ ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಂದಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತರ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅವತ್ತೇನಾಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟೋದೆ. ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಅವತ್ತು ಟಾಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊರಟೋದೆ. ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದೆ.
ನಾನು ಬೈದಿದ್ದೆ ಆಗಿ ಸುಸ್ಮಿತನಿಗೆ, ಇವಳಿಗೆ ಮುಚ್ಚು ಅಂತ ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗೋದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾಟ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ.
ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನೀರು ಬಾಟಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತಲ್ವಾ
ಅವತ್ತು ಬಾಟಲ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ.
ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
ಅಣ್ಣ ಯಾವುದು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ
ಇಲ್ಲಿ 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 ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ತಗೋ. ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಸಿರು. ಆವ ಕಾಲದೊಳ್ಳು ನಿಂತರು ಸರಿ.